Welcome back, brothers and sisters. I am Braden. This is Langley Outdoors Academy, the place where we not only talk about what's going on in the gun world, but also how we're going to fix it together. And today we're going to do something a little bit different because I'm actually sitting on a couch and we are going to recline together and we're going to talk about how one of the three Democratic reps in Tennessee have now been expelled from the chamber of the House. This is breaking news, and the other two are on the chopping block as well. There's a lot to break down. Everything will be linked in the description box below, and I cannot wait to hear what you guys think about this one. And if you are new or you're a returning viewer, please consider hitting that like button, subscribing to the channel, and making sure you turn the notification bell on. We need as many people as we can to get into the fold to help pass the blessing of the Second Amendment along to the next generation. And thank you so much in advance for your consideration. So as you guys can see, I am not in the war wagon. I am actually at a range day of someone that I really enjoy. In fact, I got to do some things like this today, but that's not what this video is about. So that explains my whereabouts. But what we're going to dive into right now is what's going on in Tennessee. Now, earlier this week, we talked about the fact that Tennessee had removed from the committees 3 different Democrats who took part in the protest around gun control. Now, they didn't just take part. They got on the floor of the House with bullhorns and were screaming and leading protests while their protesters were up in the gallery area shouting down and protesting further. So they broke decorum, they broke the rules, and now the consequences are coming to force. But what, of course, is the answer? Well, it's Tennessee being undemocratic, not about the accountability, not about the rules, nothing of that nature. That's the setup. Let's get it. As I mentioned, everything is linked. So here's the article we're reading from. Tennessee House expels Democratic lawmaker after gun violence protest. This is the same guy, by the way, who has assaulted other members of the House by throwing liquid on them at prior protests in the floor or in the Capitol. This is not exactly a quality member of society from most standards, or at least were popular a little while ago. But I digress. That's not what this is about. The Republican-controlled Tennessee House of Representatives on Thursday, that's today, voted to expel a Democratic state lawmaker after he participated in a protest against gun violence. Again, notice the nice painting over, not basically disrupted the entire process. No, not led a protest, not resisted, not caused a disturbance, nothing of that nature. No, he just led a gun protest. You see the manipulation? Let's continue. The lawmakers voted 72 to 25 to expel Democratic State Representative Justin Jones from Nashville and are set to consider also ousting Democratic Reps Gloria Johnson from Knoxville and Justin Pearson from Memphis for their participation in the recent demonstrations. Again, it wasn't about the demonstrations, it was about breaking the rules. Accountability turns out to be a real big pain in the butt when it's actually held to people. It's almost like it doesn't matter what you do as long as the ends justify the means, isn't it? Let's continue because Tennessee's having nothing of it. Just saying. Jones, Johnson, and Pearson last week led chants on the House floor during the protest, and the trio were stripped of their committee assignments earlier this week, as I mentioned. Again, this is not because they had a political opinion. It's not because it's an undemocratic approach, as even the government and the Biden administration and every leftist ally is taking the tack of. It's because they broke the rules. They would not be able to remove you if you didn't break the rules. You broke the rules, therefore you're being removed. This whole underlying theme of accountability is coming around to bite you. You mess with the bull, you're going to get the horns, particularly when your opposition party is in complete control of the state government. But let's keep going because I can't wait to show you what they're saying here. Quote, "To those who are here will cast a vote for expulsion. I was fighting for your children too, to live free from the terror of school shootings." Jones said in a speech to defend himself just before the vote. He said it was, quote, "a very dark day for Tennessee because it will signal to the nation that there is no democracy in this state. It's a representative democracy, means you are a representative. You can be removed and you can be elected again and be a representative. Take part in a democratic vote as an elected representative. It's a representative democracy. That's the entire point of our structure. Now, the left likes to say, we're a democracy, we're a democracy. We're not a democracy. We are a representative democracy. That's what we do. We elect people in our state, and they go and take democratic votes. That's the way the system works. You break the rules, just like in the United States House, you can be censured, you can be removed, you can have all sorts of penalties, a lot of things can happen to you because you are not above rules. That's the underlying theme. But let's continue how this is a dark day. Quote, "If I'm expelled from here, I'll be back out there with the people every week demanding that you act. If you expel me, I will continue to show up because the issue is too important," Jones said. Here's the thing. There won't be gun control protest 2 weeks, 3 weeks, every single week from now. This is going on because the left is allying to this point. They're being able to bring more attention to it. The second that this goes away, the left will go away and their little minions will go protest somewhere else. That's what they do. But this guy is understanding that he's going to get expelled. So what's his next step? Right here. $10 says he's going to March for Our Lives, Everytime for Gun Safety, Giffords.org, or Moms Demand Action. One of those 4 groups will be a part of what he's doing going forward because that's the way this works. It's a swinging, revolving door. But not to be outdone, let me show you what the Biden administration is saying about this, the pinnacle of power in our United States on the executive branch side. The White House on Thursday condemned the move to expel the 3 state lawmakers. The fact that this vote is happening is shocking, undemocratic, and without precedent, said White House Secretary Karine Jean-Pierre. Well, the only problem is it's not undemocratic. You broke the rules. You are part of a body. The body removes you because you broke the rules. Had nothing to do with your political preference. If that were the case, no Democratic people will be allowed inside the House. But that's not the case. Just saying. Now, of course, the big rich irony in this is coming from an administration that seems to have no problem changing rules ad hoc just by whatever way the wind is blowing through executive fiat, through the education department. That came down today where they just initiated new rules. The ATF, new rules. They've done all of their stuff from executive fiat and from the bureaucratic branch and arm of the executive branch of power. You tell me what's undemocratic. And that's what I've got for you guys. Let me know what you guys think, and I will see you on the next one. I'm Braden. See you later.